So last December, I was sitting in an auditorium in Los Angeles when they played this trailer at the Game Awards. I instantly recognized these crumbling structures. I knew what this game was down to these blades of grass. But as this Fortnite-like circle started closing in on the landscape, I feared the worst. Was this a mobile spin-off, or worse, a gacha game? Were they about to bastardize one of my favorite games of all time? And even as more details came through and the co-op roguelike picture of Nightreign became clear, I was still skeptical. For years, co-op in FromSoft games has been a challenge, with summon signs and weird limitations, but Andrew and I always made it work. So as Nightreign revealed as a true co-op experience, it felt like the game we've been waiting for. We're a little late with this review, but we think we have some interesting things to say, so after 50 hours with the game, it's time to ask, was it everything we hoped for, or does it fall short of greatness? Let's get into it. Oh fuck,
there we go.
There it is.
There you go.
Nice, guys. I saw 4 last left.
Yeah, we are moving and grooving here.
Creates a glint blade which automatically attack near bows at regular intervals. Oh my god.
That seems
crazy.
amazing.
I got that one too.
Oh, let's go, baby. Is everybody taking it? Yeah,
buddies.
take it, Gabe. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man, that's so sick. All right.
Oh my god.
As Gabe mentioned, FromSoftware does have a history of overcomplicating co-op, so let's kick things off with our ease of play section. Elden Ring Nightreign supports 3-player online co-op across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC via Steam, but unfortunately there's no crossplay, which is a major letdown in 2025 and really for any game coming out in the past few years. There's also no dedicated duos mode at launch, though it seems that's coming at a later date, as the developers have basically apologized for that oversight. And while yes, you could play solo, it's less than ideal despite the devs adding in some patches post-launch. All that aside, assembling your crew of Nightfarers is refreshingly simple. A straightforward host and invite system lets you bring friends in via your platform's native invite tools. There's also a password system, so anyone with the same password can join your session, even if you're not friends on that platform. That's the quick overview. If you want a full step-by-step guide, check out our dedicated How to Play Co-op video. While Nightreign does streamline co-op more than past FromSoftware titles, it is clearly not without its own quirks, which we're going to dig into later. For now, though, let's break down the core gameplay loop.
I gotta heal.
They're all on me, they're all on me. This is your chance,
Okay.
this is your chance.
Come on. Give me.
Make it count, make it count.
I'm trying.
Getting wrecked.
Okay, got him.
Nice.
They're coming to you, they're coming to you.
I see him.
I got my super ready,
All right, it's one.
Okay, get ready. Let's make it count. Can you mark him before he does that? Yep, you marked him. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay, here it comes.
Hurry, I'm almost dead. I need to
I'm going. Hit it.
Hit it.
So
Give
close.
your hearts. Give your hearts. Give your hearts. Let's go.
Let's
go,
go.
boys.
Let's go.
Wow.
Gabe with the clutch heals.
Elden Ring Nightreign starts in familiar fashion. A brief tutorial leads into a central hub that should feel instantly recognizable if you played the original game. This is the Roundtable Hold, except it's a little different. In fact, everything about Nightreign is familiar yet a little different. From this hub, you'll select a character class, equip relics, and embark on expeditions. But let's talk classes first, because unlike Elden Ring, Nightreign doesn't let you create your own Tarnished. Instead, you inhabit one of 8 preset characters called Nightfarers. Each Nightfarer comes with their own stat spread, passive ability, active skill, and ultimate art. Some even have unique animations, like how Duchess has a quick step dodge move. Every Nightfarer is built to fill specific roles in a party, and you can enhance their strengths by equipping relics earned through successful runs. Before heading out, you choose which Nightlord you want to target. You can only face one Nightlord per run, but trust me, you'll be plenty busy with all the enemies and mini bosses to face in a given day. See, each run follows a 3-day cycle. You begin day 1 by gliding into the world as a level 1 character. From there, it's all about speed and efficiency. Level up fast, explore smart, and collect as many runes as you can. Leveling is streamlined compared to Elden Ring. There's no stat selection, instead each class has a fixed progression path from level 1 to 15. Once you've got enough runes, you just hit a grave, smash confirm, and get back to business. Eventually, the infamous circle starts closing in. It first cuts off outer areas, then locks down to a single boss arena. Defeat that night's boss and you'll move on to day 2. Make it through the second day, and day 3 lets you face your chosen Night Lord in a unique arena encounter. To help you contend with this faster pace, traversal has been upgraded too. Characters move way faster, can mantle ledges, and no longer take fall damage, making exploration way smoother. The map layout stays largely the same between runs, with key points of interest rotating to keep things fresh. As you progress in the game, you'll also encounter random in-game events and even a phenomenon known as shifting Earths. This mechanic will change a large location on the map. Where the standard map holds a giant keep in the center, you might drop into a run that instead features a giant fiery crater in its place. Each shifting Earth introduces new enemies, bosses, and a unique reward for you to find. There's a lot to learn about Limveld, and planning your route as a group is a big part of the fun. But you're probably thinking, wait, Limveld? Don't you mean Limgrave? Yeah, about that. Nightreign takes place in an alternate version of Elden Ring's iconic starting zone. Whether it's canon or not is unclear, but there is a story here told through a system called Remembrance. Each class has a personal questline you can progress by completing specific in-run objectives. Some will send you on simple item hunts, while others require defeating certain Night Lords. It's a cool system, but it comes with some caveats when playing in co-op. More on that later. That's your crash course on Nightreign though. Now let's talk about what works and what doesn't.
Oh god. Oh no. I'm dead.
This guy is crazy.
Get you! How did I not get you?
It's
Get up,
over.
boy! Come on! Come on! No, he got me again! Oh my
Oh
god!
my god. Oh my god, he's finishing the fight.
Ooh, that was so
Oh my
evil,
God.
too, to finish
Listen.
the fight like that. Holy shit.
I've been there, buddy.
Oh my god. I'm dead. That's amazing.
As we get into what we liked about Nightreign, I think it's important to explain our background as a group, because I'm gonna be straight with you, we really enjoyed this game, but we're also the perfect target audience for Nightreign, to a degree that makes it feel necessary for me to explain why. First off, Gabe and I have played every single FromSoftware Souls game together. Our history goes back to 2010 when we first played through Demon Souls, and we've played every single one since. On top of that, we've tackled a ton of other Souls-likes, and plenty of challenging co-op games outside the genre, including a lot of roguelites. Christian also joined us for this one, and he's played through all of the Souls titles, including all of Elden Ring specifically with us. Our fourth was Jake, who's played through Elden Ring and is now working through the FromSoftware backlog. Also, he's just really good at games, so shout out to Tasty Donut, he's kind of the best. All that to say though, we're very used to playing not just co-op games together, but specifically FromSoft style games together. But honestly, that's not even our real secret sauce going into Nightreign. What actually set us up best was playing Raven's Watch as a group last year, a game with a strikingly similar gameplay loop. You pick a character with unique abilities, spend 3 days on a map powering up, racing through activities, face a boss at the end of each day, and if you fail, you start all over. Probably sounding a little bit familiar to this game's premise. Sure, it's of course a top-down roguelite, totally different looking game, but it did give us the mindset we need to appreciate how Nightreign values efficiency above all else. So yes, that's my disclaimer when I say that we were built as a friend group for Nightreign enjoyment. You might be counting and realizing that I actually listed 4 people for a game maxed out at 3 players. That just goes to show how much we enjoyed playing Nightreign. We'd sit in a Discord call and have one person stream almost every run we did, with the 4th person watching. Although watching doesn't really do it justice, they were actually really coaching us. Because Nightreign's biggest strength is how much it forces you to communicate. Step 1 is simply planning out your route on the map. What's going to be your path to get your build set up, your character leveled up, and your Estus flask stocked enough to survive the final boss fight. And then, what's going to be your plan when everything inevitably goes awry?
No!
Oh God!
I'm not going to sit here and convince you that Nightreign does anything revolutionary with how it enables communication. It doesn't even have in-game voice chat after all, but we still spent just as much time coordinating on the minimap and pinging locations as we did actually fighting enemies, and I actually love that. We built our own pros and cons list to every situation. We knew which enemies to avoid based on our level or where we were in the run, and yes, like many of you, we learned to outright avoid the bell-bearing hunter.
No!
But even as we got used to him and we got used to Limvale as a map and it started to feel familiar, shifting Earth show up to shake things up, quite literally. Like Gabe outlined earlier, these will change the geography you're used to by introducing a large new location like an underground city or a fiery crater, along with new enemies, bosses, and a mysterious hidden reward. Exploring them as a group, trading ideas, and slowly unraveling their secrets over several runs was one of the game's most satisfying surprises, even if they don't all feel as rewarding as they should be. And as a Souls veteran, I can confidently say that despite the roguelite setup, Nightreign still nails class design for this genre. The characters and team composition are genuinely important to consider, making communication essential not just during a run, but before it even starts. Now, admittedly, a lot of the time that just meant making sure someone was running Iron Eye, but still, we had to think carefully about who we were playing, depending on the boss we chose. That ties into the relic system Gabe mentioned too. Each boss has a weakness to a specific element, and we learned over time just how crucial it is to exploit that. Some relics, for example, might infuse your starting weapon with, let's say, poison. Now you know that during your run, you're going to prioritize caves, where you could find weapon upgrade materials, instead of focusing on camps where you might find new weapons. And as you get more familiar with each class and what your friends are running, you also start recognizing weapons and items that better suit them. You'll find yourself dropping and calling out what you pick up, not just to improve your own build, but to strengthen the team's overall setup. Nightreign does something interesting here too. Even weapons you're not using might have passive bonuses that complement your build. For example, the Guardian class, my personal favorite, benefits a lot from damage negation, and there are weapons that boost that stat just by being in your inventory, even if they're not the weapon you're holding. So your friend isn't just hunting for that one weapon for themselves or even for you, they're checking every drop to see what passives might help the team. And I should also mention that some relics apply team-wide effects, like turning your personal heals into team heals. All of these little design choices add up to remind you that yes, for once, FromSoftware is making a title with co-op at the forefront of its focus. Where all this comes together is of course going to be the combat. Between the classes, the boss design, and the passive systems, this is easily one of my favorite combat setups in the entire Souls series. Each class has 3 unique attributes: a long cooldown ultimate, a short cooldown ability, and a passive or sometimes active effect that's always present. And yes, you guessed it, many of these are geared specifically towards co-op. Take Duchess for example. Her short cooldown ability resets time on an enemy, causing a phantom version of them from a few seconds ago to appear and repeat the damage they just took. Naturally, you want to coordinate that with a friend to maximize a big damage moment. Or consider the Guardian. His ultimate might not seem like it's doing much damage at first glance, but that's not its actual purpose. It's clutch for reviving teammates and giving them a small shield to stay in the fight. And you're gonna need those abilities to pull that off because Nightreign's boss fights are no joke, even for a group. In most Souls games, summoning a friend often makes fights easier. You can trade aggro, take turns healing, or land a charge attack while the boss is distracted. But Nightreign's bosses are ready for that. They know that you're coming as a team, and they're designed to fight back accordingly. The first boss sets the tone by literally splitting into 3 wolves during the fight to remind you that you're no longer outnumbering it. Or take the Equilibrious Beast. It has a moment where it powers up and goes full Super Saiyan, casting high damage spells. You can prevent this by breaking seals placed around the arena, but the game ramps up the challenge by increasing the number of seals and placing some just high enough that only Iron Eye can shoot them down, which yes, again, Iron Eye might be a little OP when you're still learning the game. But my point is that none of these bosses are pushovers. You'll need to formulate a plan after a few failed attempts and execute it as a team. And when you do, when you get those god tier runs, the high rivals any of the big wins in all of FromSoft's history. Not every boss is a winner, looking at you sentient pests, but most are, and they're a real achievement in co-op focused boss design. Okay, so that was a lot of praise. We might as well just call it now as Co-op Game of the Year. Thanks for coming. See you in 2026. Of course not. Nightreign is great, but it's not without its flaws, and there are definitely a few things that get in the way of the fun.
Trapped him in the pillar.
cannot do anything. Shoot.
This is actually hilarious. His legs are sticking outside the pillar, almost like a witch decoration in Halloween. That's so stupid.
I'm gonna die. Holy shit, how am I not dead right now? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
As much as we had those god runs when everything clicked and we strolled into the boss arena feeling unstoppable, we had just as many where despite our best efforts, nothing went according to plan. You can master your class, work as a team, and play as efficiently as possible, but sometimes it's not enough when going up against RNG. There's enough randomness in this game that definitely led to some frustration. The randomly placed circle can easily derail your strategy. The same goes for points of interest. Say you're about to face a boss with a lightning weakness, ideally you'd hunt down a lightning weapon first. But there's a real chance your map has 0 lightning camps. You might luck out with a weapon drop elsewhere, but it's far from guaranteed. And as we mentioned, exploiting weaknesses can make or break a boss fight. Randomness is part of the roguelike formula, I get that, and most of the time it adds tension rather than frustration, but Nightreign sometimes crosses the line, especially with certain events. There are 2 that feel particularly unbalanced, but let's just talk about the worst offender, the Curse of the Demon. This event randomly spawns a cursed merchant and instantly drops all players' max health by a third. To lift the curse, you have to find that merchant on your map and pay a hefty rune fee that scales based on the day. It's totally random when it triggers, where the merchant is, and what you were just about to do. Facing a boss? Yeah, too bad. You're on the opposite side of the map. Good luck, boys. FromSoftware has a reputation for making tough games, but they've always built that reputation on fairness. When you die in their games, it usually feels like your fault. You either misread a move or overcommitted. But Nightraign's randomness sometimes undermines that, and when a great run gets torched because of a cursed merchant halfway across the map, that doesn't feel tough, it just feels cheap. The other issue worth mentioning is how the game handles the remembrance system in co-op. So only one player in a party can activate a remembrance objective, even if someone else is using the same character and pursuing the same goal. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. These quests don't just expand the game's story, they also unlock key relic items that enhance each class. And to make matters worse, certain remembrance quests restrict matchmaking to a degree, since some are tied to specific bosses or shifting Earth's conditions, making it harder to do on your own time apart from playing with your friends. FromSoftware always seems to have one odd quirk with their multiplayer design, and in Nightreign, this is definitely it. Missing out on a major relic, something that could directly improve your team's success because of how the system is set up, is a bit of a bummer, especially when the fix seems obvious. In the end, these issues keep Nightreign from being a truly stellar co-op experience. At the same time, they don't fully obscure what it does well. So with all of that said, let's wrap this up with some final thoughts.
Collect.
Shit. I died.
No fucking way.
I'm at 2. Oh, you might be able to finish it.
Yeah, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it.
If I can get in there at least to get some. Nice.
I did it.
Yes,
Holy
dude.
shit, I did it. Oh my god, boys.
Let's go.
Holy crap, I can't believe we just did that.
One captain. Let's go.
Wow. As always, we like to answer the question, is this for you and your best friends? And as usual with any FromSoftware title, the answer is it's gonna depend. That's why I took the time to outline our group's dynamic. We're a bunch of Souls heads with the right history to maximize our enjoyment of this experience. If you're like us, then what are you still doing here? Go play Nightreign. But if you're not, if you haven't played Elden Ring, or you don't like super challenging games, or you don't even have a group of 3, then this probably isn't for you. FromSoft's usual antics are still here. Duos are somehow excluded, the game is oppressively difficult, and it still can't be the easy co-op recommendation we want these games to be. We always get a ton of comments lamenting FromSoft's co-op decisions, and usually those same people are mad at us for somehow enjoying them anyway, and I get it. As we've said, this is by no means a perfect co-op title. There are plenty of issues. This is not Split Fiction. It's Nightreign, and it's not going to compromise. We love it for that. We sometimes hate it for that, but at the end of the day, it's one of our favorite games of the year because of that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. A bit of a different review this time, and yes, definitely a little bit longer too, but we really enjoyed this game. We felt like it was a nuanced conversation, and we wanted to share our full thoughts. If you're into co-op games and want more reviews, previews, and news, consider subscribing. And if you want to go the extra mile, check out our Patreon. For just a couple bucks, you can support our humble two-man team and join the amazing folks listed here as Patreon producers. Big thanks to everyone already supporting us. We'll catch you on the next one.